Hey morning you guys, Melvin back again. And usually, I try to do a weekly news flash, this and that, but there's really not much happenings around the cycling scene. Of course, RC coaching. So you know that my nephew Nigel, my world number one nephew, right? He's going to Hanoi for SEA Games, representing Malaysia. So that's exciting. But because of that, they are trying to get some funds to support the team who's going to SEA Games, because it's not cheap, doing international sports and representing the country, and most of it is the family are paying for the trip itself. So RC Coaching is actually doing a t-shirt sales. If you want to buy the t-shirt, here I'll give the link below. This is the rainbow. I like the rainbow. I think I'll be buying the rainbow one. This is the navy blue one, but I like the other rainbow, which is, let me see if I can, this one. So this is the one I'll be getting for my family. I'm buying 4 of them just to support them. So it's at 65 ringgit per t-shirt and bundle of 120 ringgit with the shipping fee of 10 ringgit. So yeah, so this is the group who's going to SEA Games, and that's my nephew there. Hey Nigel! So support the Hanoi team by clicking on the link below, and then if support the team Malaysia who's going to Hanoi by buying the jersey Then okay, so today's main topic is actually more about I got some questions from some of my subscribers who asked me. Okay, a lot of you shared your concern about me after getting COVID, go do a 100 km Grand Fondo. Thank you for all your love, care and concern. Yes, it was a big risk for me to even do 100 km at my current fitness, and I just recovered for COVID. But I can tell you, I think the main reason why the 100 km was tough for me is because almost 3 weeks I did not do any indoor training since my bicycle crash, and then after that COVID, right? So it was a bad month for me but I survived, thank God. And also 41 degrees Celsius, Malaysia is way too hot to cycle long distance. I don't know how some of you do 200, 300, 400. But I got a question. Somebody asked me, one of my subscribers, it's like a music song. So he asked, hey Melvin, please do a video how to ride 100 km. And strangely enough, after that also another WSQ also is a novice. He also asked how to hit 40 km per hour and how to do the 100 km. So I think I'll talk about hitting a certain speed in the next video. Today the main topic is how do you do your first Grand Fondo. I might not be the best person to ask because there are many sifu out there, but I will give you my point of view. How can you do a 100 km long distance right now, okay? But before even you attempt any endurance sport, you must bear in mind there are a few factors that you need to take care of yourself first. Of course, it's your health. You should do a medical checkup, go consult a doctor and tell your doctor, I want to do a 100 km ride. Then see what the doctor say. End of the day, I think in Malaysia, it's more of the heat. Cycling at about 40 degrees Celsius is no joke. It's no joke. Most of the time, you'll be heat stroke, but it's good to consult your doctor first when you don't want to do crazy stuff like this. So for me, right, to do a 100 km long distance ride, the secret, well, actually there's not much secret to it. Honestly, I think the first thing you need to do is to make sure that you are comfortable on the bike. And how to get comfortable on the bike, the best investment you can ever do is to get an indoor trainer. Okay, by having an indoor trainer like a turbo trainer or even a roller or whatever, right, is because you can cycle at home in your comfort. And as you cycle 1 hour, 2 hours or whatever, or even 30 minutes, right, you get to tweak your bicycle, like your saddle height, your saddle tilt. You can tweak your bike at home, which is probably one of the most basic important thing as a cyclist when you pick up cycling, is to get comfortable on the bike, right? Your stem, your handlebar height and all those stuff. So I think if you really want to do long distance ride, the first thing is you should at least invest in an indoor trainer. That way at least you can do your minor adjustment and bike fit. Because if you're not comfortable on the bike, and if you suffer even riding 20 km and you feel that the entire body, your backside, everything hurts, it's good to get an indoor trainer. Then at least you can tweak your bike a bit. And the other way is to get a bike fit, right? To be honest, I'm an advocate of getting a bike fit, but I've never done a bike fit myself before, because there are many resources online as well to get a proper bike fit. End of the day, it's just your stem length, your stem height, saddle tilt, saddle tilt, saddle height, saddle front and back, your frame size and all those stuff, and your stem length, your crank arm length. So all those stuff, once you get it right, you need an indoor trainer to do your bike fit. Another benefit of having an indoor trainer is also you can practice your cleat chew. Uncleat and cleat in and cleat out. Okay, that said, once you get your bike fit done and you're comfortable on the bike, and the next thing is, can you actually even ride like gradual, right? You at least try to do 40 km and get comfortable on 40 km. And once you're comfortable on 40 km, push it towards 80 km. And once you're comfortable cycling, okay, first when you do 40 km, try to do a 40 km non-stop. Okay, then after that, try to do 80 km. Of course, 40 km rest, then 40 km, come back, 80 km total. Then once you do 80 km, you're on your way to 100 km already. Honestly speaking, if you ask me personally, I think anybody can do 100 km. Like I said, just gradually do 40 km non-stop. No, don't do, if you can't even do 20 km non-stop, don't look at 100 km first. Right? Do at least 40 km non-stop. You can do 40 km non-stop, then you can, honestly speaking, hit 100 km already. Right? It's just how fast you go. Right? Honestly speaking, I feel anybody can do 100 km. It's how you pace yourself and what's your pain tolerance like. After doing that, if you can do 40 km, push it to 60, push it to 80, then you can hit your 100 already. That's number one. So once you know that you can do that 100 km, the second thing I think that helps a lot is to choose a route which you are comfortable with, right? You don't need to go explore all my routes that is a bit hardcore, like, you know, you go so far away and come back, so far away and come back. Like for example, if I cycle 50 km to somewhere, and if I cannot take it anymore, sometimes you cannot grab a car back. There's no Grab that will pick you up. Then you want to ask your wife or your family member to pick you up. Is quite a far drive, you know. So another way of doing a safe 100 km is to ride around an area which is near your house or near somewhere you're familiar. Maybe do a 40 km route, but do a double loop. For example, Putrajaya, right? Putrajaya, you can do 80-100 km. Maybe just do a double loop in Putrajaya. So that's probably the safest place to test. You know, do loops instead of doing long distance 100 km ride. Then after that, bike fit, choose your route, get a proper medical checkup. I think another important factor would be friends. It's possible to do it alone, but if you ride with someone who are more experienced or someone who has done 100 km, it helps tremendously. And if you find someone who are strong, like for my group, right, when I ride with Lionel or ride with Marcus or Tong or Chua, all these are very strong riders, you know. And then they normally pull the train, even Chris. So normally they pull the train, you know. So because they pull the train, all of us just at the back, relax, sometimes follow them only. Because when you're drafting behind, you save between 30% to 50% effort run, you know. So if you can draft someone, then it's easier for you to hit the 100 km as well. If you can't, you can also solo. I think I've done solo 100 km before many times. Just go slower, do at your own pace, or stop when you want, right? The other thing I probably would say is get a proper bib. Cycling bib helps a lot, trust me. Cycling bibs, saddle shape as well. Saddle, which is your cruci, the saddle must fit you. Then after that, a good pair of cycling bib helps. So if you ask me, so far right now, I've tested not many bibs. I've tested Monton, I've tested Jakku, the cheaper version of bibs. I've tested I won't say cheaper, the more affordable bibs. I've tested more expensive bibs like Rafa and also Redwhite. And so far for me, Redwhite bib works for me. I'm not saying it because they are part of my sponsors. I'm saying it because it does work for me. Right? But my friend have tested, of course, ASOS is probably one of the best bibs because of the price. ASOS is not cheap, I think touched 800,000 ringgit. Right? Those bibs are of course very good. But I think Redwhite offers a good value for what you get. So get a good pair of bibs, get good cycling shoes. After that is nutrient. You know, you need to fuel yourself properly. When you want to do 100 km, right, you have to drink a lot of water. So normally what I do is 3 days before a long distance ride, I actually drink a lot of water until my pee color is clear. I know my body is hydrated. Then on the ride itself, every 20 minutes, 15 minutes, I'll sip a bit of water, right? Then getting hydrated is very important. I know a lot of people tell me you need to put electrolytes in your drink, you know, put those powder, energy bars and all that. Honestly speaking, so far for me, what works for me and those stuff, what works for me is simple salt stick. So if you look at this thing here, so this is salt stick. So normally what I do is, again based on your body, but for me, what works for me is after I ride 50 km, I don't take any salt stick. But on the way back, when I hit my first 50 km, I'll pop the salt stick in. And every Then after that, maybe every 15-20 km I'll pop another salt stick. So maybe every 30 minutes to an hour I'll pop another salt stick on the way back. And so far that one helps me, based on this method, helps me to prevent cramp quite a lot lah. Salt stick and hydration. Eat lah, right? You want to do 50 km, stop somewhere and eat. On the way back, another 20-30 km, stop somewhere to eat and then come back, because you don't want to get bong. You need to make sure you have enough food, sugar in your body to do long distance ride. But don't overeat, you know. You want to eat something that is carbo, sugar, but don't eat heavy food, like don't eat curry. Curry is okay lah if your body can take it, but don't eat something that is too much milk, too dairy, because you don't want to have upset tummy when you're cycling back. The worst part is finding a toilet when you're cycling middle of nowhere. Then of course the last and the most important on long distance ride for me personally is training. There's no shortcut to all this stuff. The reason why I suffer last weekend ride is because almost 3 weeks I did not do any indoor training. If you follow me on Strava, you follow me on Instagram or whatever, right, you know that I'm quite religious on my training one, where I do at least 2 times indoor trainer, which is Tuesday and Thursday. I'll try to commit at least 1 hour of training, and with that, everybody can do 100 km. It's just how much you want to suffer in the 100 km. I believe that when you do training, it helps a lot lah. So I notice when the weekday I do indoor training, my weekend ride is not as painful as what I would normally go through, because my body is more adapted to, it's more trained, more, your body is adapt to more physical activities, you know, your muscle grows as you train more. So training helps a lot, trust me. And that also because if you have an indoor trainer, it helps a lot. There's no shortcut to doing 100 km, 200 km, 300 km. You look at any of my gang, any of my friends, we do indoor training quite religiously one. And you can tell those who always bong, they don't do enough indoor training one. Like Tong, Chua, Lionel is crazy. Lionel, he's indoor training very quite one. And when you do indoor training, there are many ways of doing indoor training. The most effective way, of course, is to do intervals. And then you can subscribe to Trainer Road, even Zwift. They have all this interval training which helps you, and it's the most effective way in training. But if you are santai like me, lazy one, I normally just sustain a certain wattage on my training and just watch Netflix. I think end of the day, there are many ways to train. There are effective ways and non-effective ways to train. Honestly speaking, my way is not effective one. Don't follow the way I train. There are better ways of training. But end of the day, I think do what fits and suits you. What motivates you. It's not easy, you know. Every day, every Tuesday and Thursday, I tell my wife I must do 1 hour of indoor training. It's not easy, you know, to do this religiously. The only way to motivate me is Netflix and Disney Channel, watching videos, watching YouTube. And when I watch all those, I get entertained while I do the very strenuous 1 hour indoor training every week, right? Some of my friends or even Izzat, the Muslim cyclist, they are really hardcore, you know. They do intervals, they do training, very proper scientific indoor training based on segments and this and that. They are very strong because they do the proper way of training. But for me, I just do 200 watts. I try to sustain 200 watts for 1 hour and just watch a movie. So do what works for you as long as you get your butt training. I think that's my only advice for you. I think else than that, I think that's about it. So that's it for today on my simple video how I think you can do 100 km. To be honest, like I say, anybody can do 100 km. It's just how long, how fast, and how much pain you go through. Honestly speaking, I have friends who are not fit, a newbie, who terus do 100 km. They just suffer through, they do slowly, right? Stop many times, but it's doable one. You know, 100 km is not difficult. Okay, that's all for me today on my Sembang Santai chit chat on how to do 100 km. I hope this helps. I hope this video helps. Feel free to drop me any more questions, and of course update me if there's any news you feel is newsworthy for me to update to all of you, to all the subscribers as well. Again, my channel is meant to bring everyone closer together, it's bring the community closer together. And I'll see you guys real soon. I'll see you guys on the weekend. I'm very happy that yesterday I did my first indoor training after 3 weeks. Oh, it felt so good, man. It just feels good when you actually did something good. So guys, you guys take care. God bless, be safe as usual. And again, if you find this video helpful, slam the like button, slam the subscribe button, this really helps me a lot to bring to help the YouTube algorithm to spread my video out to everyone. And of course, feel free to drop me more questions. When I can try, I'll do my best to answer all of you lah. Again, I'm no Sifu. Don't call me Sifu. Don't call me Idola. Just call me brother, call me buddy, call me friend. You know, don't idolize me. I'm the wrong person to idolize. Just call me a helpful bro lah. Okay, I'm here to help all of you. My advice might not be the best because I'm not a pro, but this is based on my 6-7 years of experience in cycling lah. And I hope you guys do your first 100 km real soon. I know my channel motivates a lot of you all already, so keep on motivating each other lah, you guys. Okay, so take care and God bless, and I'll see you this weekend.